Hi guys, I hope you have had a lovely morning or day or evening so far, depending on where you are watching us from. Well, welcome to SanityDesk. Today I will be your guide, I will be that talking head, and I will walk you through the steps in order to make sure that your first email campaign is live and running. Let me shortly explain you how we will proceed. This video will be kind of divided into three parts. The first part, I will be explaining you how to upload your contact, upload the existing list of contact that you might already have. The second part, we will be creating your first campaign, and also I will be showing you how to use the email constructor, how you can create your first email. And at the end, I will be walking you through two main ways on how you can either send out the email that we had created before to already existing list of clients, or how you can create a workflow that will be triggered every time some action is taken by your customer. So that's the agenda for the video. Enjoy. You can stop the video and go take a coffee or a cup of tea. Again, depending on where you're watching us from. And well, let's get started. Today I will be using my testing workspace just to make sure that I can show you pretty much everything. So first thing, I will ask you to go to id.sanitydesk.com and you will have to log into your workspace. Then we have to open marketing, we have to open marketing module, and that's pretty much where you will be creating everything for your funnel or for your future website. So I have already opened my marketing module. That's how it looks. You would normally start with the dashboard page. That's how it looks. Let me show you. That's pretty much where all of the recent logs are located, so you can track who has been logging into your account, what has been done here, and that's how you basically track all of the activities. As I promised, we will be starting with the uploading contacts. So we assume that you might already have a list of contacts with their email addresses, maybe their phone numbers, and if you have the list, it's super easy for you to upload it to the system. So let's get started. Let's go to contacts on the left hand side here. First we will have to create a list. Let's create list. Let me move myself in here so you can see everything. We will have to click new list on the top right corner. So let's click new list. We will have to name it. Let's name it Nurture Campaign. Okay. And the only thing that you need to remember is that if you already have a list and you want to upload it to the system, the list will have to be static, just because it won't be populated with any triggers or with any actions that person might take on your website. Once it's pre-uploaded, it's static, nothing is happening with the list. So once we are sure that we have a name and we put the type of the list to static, let's submit it. And after that, we will be using this list to upload our contacts. Let's go back to the left hand side. Let's press to contacts and let's press import contacts. Here we go. That's as easy as it is. Only thing to remember, if you want to upload the contact, you want to make sure that your file that will be uploaded is a CSV file. You can always kind of transform the original Excel document to a CSV file. Just go to Excel, make sure that when you save the file, you save it in a CSV format. I have it saved here. You just drag and drop it here. You can drag it and drop it from pretty much any place on your computer. I have it placed here where all of the downloads are saved. Here, the only thing that you want to make sure is right, it's the type of or the format of the information that you are using. For example, in my case, in my table, I have name, surname, and email address. All of the types should be text, but for example, if you are the lucky one and if you have the phone number of the person, you would want to make sure that it's put to number. Again, that's just as easy as it is. Let's press next. Here, Now you will understand why we created list in the first place. Just because you want to import all of the contacts to already existing list. You just mark it as yes, and here you will have to find the campaign that we have just created. So nurture campaign. Let's mark it as all contacts are eligible for marketing communication, but you will have to make sure that it is true. And yeah, I agree that all contacts in the file are expecting to hear from me or from my business. Okay, let's confirm. Just because the file is pretty small, it uploaded super fast. Normally what you would notice, you will see that you will receive the email on your email address with the kind of like a short notice that, hey, your contacts have been uploaded, so you can start using them. That's normally marks the start for you, so you can already start using the contact that you have already uploaded. So we are good with uploading contacts. As I mentioned, that's just as easy as it is, 2 clicks and you're good to go. Now let me show you how you can create your first email campaign. And we will be starting with going to emails. And first thing we'll have to do is creating the campaign. Just for you to understand, basically for each, for different email campaigns, you would want to create different email campaigns. It's like a folder where all of the emails for one specific campaign will be placed. It's just easier for you then to find those emails, to maybe modify them, to change the order and things like that. Like when everything is grouped, it's amazing. You just can find everything in 1 or 2 clicks. So again, let's go to emails, then email campaigns on the left hand side. Now let's press new campaign. I would assume we also want to name it nurture campaign. And here we just have to submit. That's pretty much it, and nothing is required in here. Now that's when your creative soul comes in play, and that's when we start creating the email itself. Let's go to all emails. Again, we will need to create a new email since we're just getting started. Let's put it, I don't know, email number 1. The subject will be, I actually have the whole template of the email created here for me. That's what you also can do. So I will be pretty much copying and pasting everything. So we have the example in here, and subject would be welcome. Let's go back. So the subject is here, and that's why we have to create the email campaign first, just because after that we will have to select the campaign in here. So we have nurture campaign. Let's click to this one and let's confirm. Now you will see that's where all the magic happens. That's pretty much like a constructor, you know. You can drag and drop different blocks. You can move them, you can change them, you can edit all of the blocks until you are satisfied with the result and until you are satisfied with the email that you have here. Let me move myself somewhere here so it's easier for you to see everything. Again, this is just an example for you, so I won't be using all of the blocks, but let's start with the logo block. For example, so at the very top, I want to have a logo of my company on each and every email. In order to do so, you just choose the logo block on the edit side, on the right side. You drag it and drop it until you see this blue line. Add here, and that's when you can release the block. And you will see in just a second the block appears here. After that logo block, I think I want to include the header 2 block just to welcome my customers. And after that, I'm not sure whether I will need the image, but if you want to have an image, you can. But since it's just the first email, I think I just want a paragraph in here. Okay, that's pretty much it for my email that I want to create. Let's go and edit it. let's press edit. On each and every block, you can see that you have the edit button on the top right corner. So every time you need to edit your block, you just press to the edit button on the top right corner, and that's it. Let's press edit. So I want to upload a new image because I don't like this one. I want to include a different one. Upload the image, browse. I don't think I have a lot of pictures in here that will be suitable, but let's choose this one. Let's go all SanityDesk. Okay, we don't need this name, and we will type it in correctly. Now I want to copy and paste it to the description. Description is just for you to make sure that if you need, you can easily find the image within your media. What I want to say here, try to make sure that you always compress this image so it doesn't take too much space and it doesn't influence the loading speed of your email or of your website. So pretty much every time you are uploading something to the system, make sure that you just click this compress this image tick box and you're good to go. Let's confirm. Let it load for a second. And we're good to go here. Let's press done. Here I will want to include something like hey and then the name of the person that I will be talking to. So let's go here and let's just copy it, and I will be showing you how you can actually include the person's name so it changes every time a specific person receives the email. Let's delete this one. Let's paste the text that we want to include, which is pretty simple. And okay, this first name, this is just for you to know that you have to place the first name in here. But if you really want to put the name in there, you just have to delete this one. You have to go to this icon of the person and you have to select the value. We would want to include first name in here and we would want to confirm it. And now, every time the new person or the old person receives the email, they will be seeing hey and their name in here. Let's save it. And oops, done. And now let's add the text. Edit text. Let's go back. Let me copy and paste everything that we have in here. And let's paste it here. We just need to edit this text a little bit. Let's move it here, this one move here, this one move here. Okay, we are good to go. This one, for example, I want to make it bold, I want to make it italic, and I want to make sure that it's underlined. Okay, we're good. Talk soon. I want to make it with my favorite or with my branding color. So I just do a drop down menu here and let's go with blue one. And also let's make it bold. Okay. And instead of the signature here, I want to put Kate. I want to keep it simple, but if you want to go all in with your signature, let me show you which block you might want to use. So here we have a block with the signature. Let me just show you as the example of what we have in there. I won't be using this one for the purpose of this video, but you might want to use it for your emails. So here we have everything that you can imagine. We have the name of the company, we can include your name, your position, we can include your picture and then the logo of your company, then there can be a phone number, email address, all of the social media links, and if you have any additional links that you want to include, you can also do that by just linking it here and here. So that's the signature block if you want, again, to go all in. But again, for the purpose of this video, I won't be using this one. But let me show you on the example of this block how you can actually delete a block if you don't need one. Again, we are pressing edit every time. That's edit. Then we have those magical 3 buttons on the left. Let's press those and let's delete the block. That's as easy as it is. The other thing that I also wanted to show you, those are the blocks that you can play with, like the image, then the text and the image on the side. divider. Let me show you what button does and why you would want to use the button block in here. For example, you want to allow your customers to book a call with you, or you want to lead them from your email to a specific page on your website or on your funnel. That can be easily done. You just have to add the block with CTA button. You have to press edit. I would also say that normally we would choose the color that is the branding color of your business. For now, let's change it to secondary color, for example. Okay, the alignment, you can put it on the right, on the middle, and on the left. Let's put it centered. Okay, and here, the important part. Here you will just have to make sure that this CTA is linked to a specific page that you want people to be redirected. As for now, this workspace does not really have a lot of pages, so I will link it to the home page. And the home page has the URL, just a slash. Perfect. So now every time when the email is sent out and the person clicks this button, they will be redirected to the home page. Again, it doesn't make sense for me to do it here, so I will delete it, but just keep in mind that if you want, you can do that. Delete the block, okay, confirm, and then the last part for this, for the email creation, is going to settings and make sure that we set everything up correctly. So we have the email name, email identity. This is the email address that your customers will be seeing when they receive the email from you. So once you connect your domain, you will also be connecting your email, and that's when you will be able to choose the identity in here. For now, we have nothing in here, but just keep in mind that you would want to change the email and the identity in the settings of the emails. We have the subject, then we have the campaign that this email is situated, and also we can include preview text. Let's just try to do that. For example, we also want to say hey, and then the name of the person. We're doing exactly the same. We're putting hey in here, and then we want to insert the user value code. We are clicking on the button, we're selecting the value, the user value that we want to include. That will be the first name. It's automatically copied to your clipboard, so you can just press done and just paste it here, and let's put the exclamation mark, and that's it. That's pretty much it what we have with email creation. Again, you can play with the text, you can place it differently, you can also make it bold, italic, underlined, whatever, crossed. You can play with colors and things like that. Let me save the first email. Again, every time when you are doing something, do not forget to save everything that you have changed or everything that you have created, just to make sure that, again, everything is safe. Let's save it here. When everything is good, you will normally receive like a green pop-up here that everything is successfully created, everything is successfully saved. Now let's go back. Yes, okay, because we have already created everything. Let me move myself back in here. We have our email here, and that's it with the creation part. Now I will be walking you through two main ways on how you can send out your email to either existing contact list or to people who are doing something on your website and triggering some actions. So let's start with that. So while you are here in your nurture campaign, and while you can see the first email that we have just created, if you want to send out this specific email to already existing list of clients, you can easily do that. Let's press three dots on the right hand side of the name of the email that you want to send out. So we are pressing three dots, and then let's go to see email schedule. That will allow you to schedule the email to a specific date, a specific time, and send it out to a specific list of people. So, for example, I want to send out this email today. Let's say 1 p.m. It's good for me, and then I will have to choose the list that I want to send out this email to. In my case, this is going to be the Nurture campaign list. And once I click schedule new email, you will see that email will be scheduled, and at 1 p.m. sharp, I will receive this email that we have just created. So schedule new email. Again, you've just received the green pop-up, and you can see that the email has been scheduled to a specific date, specific time, and that's pretty much it. Let's close it. So that was the first way we can schedule the email sent out, but there is actually a different way. For example, not everyone has the list of contacts pre-uploaded, and you will be receiving your leads. You will be getting your leads from your website pages or from your funnel pages, and that's why you will want to create again new lists of people. But you can also trigger the email sent out with different triggers on your website pages or on your funnel pages. In order to do so, you will have to create the workflow. Let me show you how that can be done. Let's go to the workflow here on the left-hand side, and let's create a new workflow. Let's call it test workflow. So it's just for you to make sure that you know how it works. Let's confirm it now. And again, everything is like a constructor. Everything is super easy. You have different triggers, so depending on what is on your mind, what you want to achieve, and what trigger you want to use, you will choose different triggers in here. For example, you have different triggers like quiz submitted, or form submitted, or the person received a tag, so it was tagged. Someone has paid for the product. Someone has triggered a timer. The page was visited, the email received, the video was watched. This one we use quite a lot, or some specific goal achieved. So let me show you how we can do that with page visited. For example, I want everyone who visited my homepage to receive this first email from the Nurture campaign. So I'm just dragging the page visited to this plus sign. You will see the box appeared here, and now we have to make sure that we set the correct page here. The condition should be it's either URL is equal to or URL contains text. Now let's go to equal to, and here we will have to select the value. Again, we don't have a lot of pages created, so I will just go with the home page. Every time someone ended up on my homepage, they would receive this email. Let's go to the URL value. Okay, homepage, we're good. Now let's go to actions. So when the trigger happened, when it was triggered, what should go after that? We want to send email. That's just easy as it is. Let's put it here. Again, you see the box appeared. Let's press to the box, and let's make sure that we chose the correct email to be sent out. Email 1. The only note here, make sure that when you give names to the emails, make sure that it makes sense for you and you know how they are named, so you can then easily find them. For now, we only have the first campaign, and it's like a Nurture campaign, and we only have one email, so it's easy for us. But later, just make sure that the naming makes sense. The other thing that I wanted to mention, for example, we can add conditions. When someone visited the homepage, it's not necessarily that they have to be receiving the email straight away. We can add a time delay. Let me show you how that can be done. The time delay is here. Let's put it 5 minutes. Let's give them 5 minutes to go through the homepage to see what we have, and only after that they will receive the welcome or Nurture campaign first email. Okay, we're good. And then the other thing that we can do for this specific workflow, which is again like a test one, it's pretty simple. we can actually send the internal email. So every time someone goes through the, every time someone ends up on the homepage, and they receive the email, you will also receive the email to your email address that will be saying that this person with this name and this email address has just received the nurture campaign. Maybe you want to follow up with them or something like that. Again, we are just dragging and dropping the box in here. Here we go. We want to edit it a bit. Here we will have to include our personal email address. So for me that will be at sanitydesk.com. Okay, and then we need a subject. The first email received. And here we want to say who. For example, the first name of the person. Comma, and then maybe their email address, so you can easily follow up with them. Here we go. Oops, almost. Yes, just receive an email. Almost received an email. Please follow up. Again, this is just for you, or it can be set up for your team who will be responsible for following up with your clients or with your customers. And you can put anything you want in here. This is just an example, of course. Okay, we are good. Before we are ready to save this workflow, the only thing that I also want to mention that you need to make sure that this workflow is put to active, so it is actually triggers something, because for now it's post, so nothing will be happening when the person will be visiting the home page. But if we put it to active, you will receive the pop-up, and once you save the workflow, it will be actually live and running. So when someone ends up on the homepage, they will start receiving the emails from you. Let me save this one. And yeah, once you receive the green pop-up, you're good. The only thing that appeared in here, this is enrolled people. For now it's 0 because again, no one has actually triggered this workflow. But once people will start within your homepage, you will see this 0 number increasing. So we're good. Now you know pretty much everything. Now you're good to go and set up your first email campaign. I hope that was helpful.